Hashtag Trending would like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers a complete networking stack, wired, wireless, and cellular in one integrated solution that's built for performance and scale. You can find them at meter.com/HTT. AIs are now turning to debt financing to pay for their build-out. NVIDIA's CEO warns China may win the AI race. Montana becomes the first state to enshrine the right to compute. Wikipedia tells AI companies to stop scraping and pay for their API. And Coding for Veterans marks a Remembrance Week milestone. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. The AI boom isn't slowing, but how it's being financed is changing. After burning through cash and corporate borrowing, the sector is leaning heavily on debt markets, repackaging data center projects into bonds. Google, Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon spent roughly $112 billion on capital expenditures in the last quarter alone. On a smaller project, Blackstone is closing a $3.46 billion commercial mortgage-backed securities deal tied to its QTS data centers. It's part of a wave of data center-backed bond issues, about $13.3 billion across 27 deals this year, but that's up more than 50% from 2024. Meanwhile, even big AI players are cash-constrained. OpenAI now brings in well over $13 billion a year. Microsoft's AI segment is about $60 billion a year, and Google Cloud reports at about $45 billion. But McKinsey estimates $6 to $7 trillion in new data center investment will be required by 2030. And that's before counting the hundreds of billions of dollars or perhaps even trillions of dollars needed for new power generation. Those costs will also hit the same debt markets now funding the AI build-out. Debt doesn't just fuel the boom, it could shape it. If growth slows or hardware cycles shift, the same structures that fund AI expansion could amplify the risks. The problem with debt versus equity is you have to pay off the debt no matter whether your revenue or profit numbers come out as expected. And debt requires that someone takes the risk. Remembering the 2009 crisis, there'll be those who are looking for creative financing. OpenAI also hinted, but quickly walked back, the idea of government debt guarantees. Because as we move to debt financing, and we think about any potential bubble, the question might become, is OpenAI or any other AI frontier model company too big to fail? NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang says that China could overtake the US in the AI race, not because of better chips, but because of cheaper electricity. Huang told the Financial Times that AI development costs are now driven more by power than by processors, and U.S. prices are putting companies at a disadvantage. While some regions pay more than 15 cents per kilowatt hour, China's state-subsidized power keeps AI infrastructure costs much lower. But in Huang indicating that this isn't a chip problem, it's a power problem, he also had to note that China's heavy investment in renewables and nuclear power may also be giving it an edge. Meta's and Google's expanding data center budgets underline the point. In the AI race, whoever controls the cheapest energy might be the one that controls the future. And Montana has become the first U.S. state to legally protect the right to compute, or as we like to call it, the right to bare metal. The new Right to Compute Act limits the government's ability to restrict computing unless it's demonstrably necessary to protect public safety. It also requires AI-controlled infrastructure to maintain human override systems and regular safety reviews. Supporters say it's about digital freedoms. Critics worry it may block legitimate oversight of data centers and AI operations. The move signals a growing belief that access to computation, like access to the internet, is now a fundamental right in the digital age. Wikipedia is calling out AI companies for taking its content without paying for it. The Wikipedia Foundation, which runs the free encyclopedia, is urging developers to use its paid enterprise API instead of scraping millions of pages to train their large language models. Wikipedia's servers have been overloaded by automated scraping since the AI boom began. The foundation says industrial-scale use by companies like OpenAI and Google, and now Elon Musk's new Grokpedia, have turned volunteer-written articles into commercial training data without supporting the site that created them. Google and OpenAI already pay for access, but Wikimedia says others don't. The foundation insists that if AI companies want reliable data and want Wikipedia to survive, they're going to need to help fund it. On this Remembrance Day, and as Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, we want to give a shout-out to a Canadian program marking a milestone. Coding for Veterans, a national initiative helping members of the Canadian Armed Forces and veterans transition into technology careers, is about to enroll its 1,000th student. The program trains veterans to move from the battlefield to the digital front lines, offering online courses in cybersecurity, software development, and generative AI through the University of Ottawa's Professional Development Institute. Cyber threats in Canada are rising fast. The average ransom payment last year hit $1.13 million Canadian. That's up nearly 150% in just 2 years. Defense Minister David McGuinty recently noted that cybersecurity is about safeguarding the everyday lives of people across Canada. With its 1,000th enrollment approaching, Coding for Veterans is helping to ensure Canada's digital defenses are in capable hands, as once again, these veterans come back to the defense of our country. On a day when we remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, we remember and give thanks to all veterans and their devotion and service. And that's our show. Once again, we'd like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers full-stack network infrastructure, wired, wireless, and cellular to leading enterprises. Working with their partners, Meter designs, deploys, and manages everything required to get performant, reliable, and secure connectivity in a space. They design the hardware, the firmware, build the software, manage deployments, and run support. It's a single integrated solution that scales from branch offices, warehouses, all the way up to large campuses and data centers. You can book a demo at meter.com/HTT. That's meter.com/HTT. I'm your host, Jim Love. I normally would wish you just simply a terrific Tuesday, but I'll add one thing to it today. I wish you a thoughtful Tuesday.